Welcome back. I'm trying to do tutorials in 3 to 5 minute clips to answer questions as they come in to make it a lot easier on you guys so you can look at these video clips really fast and get on with your work. So what we're going to do now is we're going to learn how to trim and work with clips. Obviously, when you look in your folder of everything you've shot, you have all of these files that are various in length, various in time, start, end, the whole nine. You can see if you scroll to the right a little bit, you can see our media start. These numbers here are our time code. This is something the camera generates, but this is the important one we're looking for, the media duration. Some of the clips, 9 seconds, some of the clips, 12 seconds. So they all vary. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to clip on our first clip. Now when you clip on a clip, it's going to come up here to our source monitor. So we double click, and there we have our first clip. Now there's a couple numbers you want to look at in your source monitor, and I'm just moving this over for my standards. The first number here on the left in the blue, 06, 08, 10, 19. 06 is for hours, 08 is for minutes, 10 is for seconds, and 19 is for frames. Now if you've been through BJP 1, you will already know that there are 30 still pictures or frames per 1 second of audio. You can also see that here under frame rate in our project view, where 2997, that's 30 frames per second. That's what FPS stands for. The other number over here in the white is how long our clip is. Right now we have no hours, no minutes, but 6 seconds exactly. So we know we have a 6-second clip. Let's say we're gonna start playing forward, and you can see our blue number move as I move back and forth, but our white number does not. That is because that is how long our clip is, and as you can see, I'm hovering over it, and it says in and out duration. What Premiere Pro does is it's a non-linear editor, meaning you are not destroying your clip with what we're about to do next. You are setting it up in your project. So what we're going to do is with this 6-second clip here, we're going to trim it down a little bit. We're going to go to the top of where the pan starts. Now, my cursor is over here on the left, but that doesn't mean this is where my clip is starting. My clip is still going to start at the very beginning of my time code, which is what would be at the beginning. But watch what I do when I hit the I key. Repeat, I'm hitting the I key on the keyboard. My white number changed. I lost 4 frames. And then this became highlighted. What I did was I set an endpoint, meaning I want my new clip to start here. So let's scrub forward a little bit. There's so many ways you can scrub forward, and it's up to you guys what you do. You can move the mouse, or you can use the spacebar to play. You can use the L key to fast forward, or what I like to do sometimes, and depending on how Premiere Pro is set up, you can use Shift and arrow key. Now, watch what happens when I do to the blue number when I hit Shift and the arrow key. It's fast forwarding, not 5 seconds, but 5 frames. So there's ways you can scrub forward. My personal preference is I like to use the JKL keys. I go J to play, I can go pause with K, and I can go J with rewind. So L with play, K with pause, J with rewind, and I can hit spacebar to play and to pause. So we have a since I set the endpoint, we have a 5-second and 26 frame clip. What we want to do next is we want to take that and we want to make this clip 3 seconds. So I'm going to move my cursor ahead a little bit, and I'm going to hit O. Well, right here, it's 2 seconds and 3 frames, or 4 frames. So I'm going to scrub a little bit more, and I'm going to hit O for out again. Keep on hitting O for out. That's where I want my clip to end. We're going to go about 6 seconds more. You can see where my blue number is changing as I'm going. So let's say I go, this is a little bit more than 3 seconds, but now I'm at 3:15. But I want to get exactly 3 seconds. So what you can do is you can use your arrow keys to go back frame by frame. And as you can see over here on my blue, I'm going frame by frame. So let's say we want to hit our out point here. My out point's now 3 seconds and 8 frames. So we're going to make this 13:28, or 22, I'm sorry. We hit O, and we're at exactly 3 seconds. So now you guys can see how you take a 6-second clip, make it 3 seconds by using in and out points. So I'm big on color coding, and for later exercises, I'm going to go ahead, and since I was using the 0.8, and you can see in your source monitor where it was 0.8, we're going to color code it rows. So we have our first clip in and out. So let's do another one. We're going to cycle through a little bit. Guy tying the shoes. This one, I'm not timing for the action, or I'm not timing for time code, I'm timing for the action. So we're going to play it through. So we want to get him tying his shoes. I'm using the blue, I'm clicking the blue cursor with my mouse, and I'm holding and I'm dragging. So we want to start it about right here. I like that clip. So we're going to hit I, start our endpoint, and then we're going to scrub forward a little bit, and we're going to stop it here. I set my O point. You can see my 5-second clip is now 3 seconds and 9 frames, which is perfect. But let's say I want to start a little bit more here. Well, you can drag it, or you can hit O again, and you can expand your clip. Same thing with this. If I wanted to start here, I can hit I, and it expands the clip. So now we have a 4-second clip. But for some reason, my cursor jumps over here. I bump it on my desk. I want to get my cursor back to the endpoint. Here's another place where the arrow keys come in. You can hit your down arrow, and it takes you to your next endpoint. You can hit your down arrow again, and it takes you to the next one. Hit your up arrow, and it takes you back to the first. So you can cycle back and forth. Up arrow will take you down. Up and down arrows will take you to the beginning and the end of your source clip, as well as your in and out points. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to label this one rows again, and we're going to do one more for fun. Okay. Our clip is 7 seconds here. We're not going to edit for the audio. So we're going to edit basically on what we see. I'm scrubbing forward. We're going to get the guy as soon as he comes up. We're going to hit our in point. We're going to hit our out point when he drops it. So right there, we've got something that's 2 seconds and 20 frames. Let's say we want to make it shorter. We're going to hit O, make it longer, hit O again for out. I'm changing my out point. But let's say we like this part right here better for whatever reason. My in point is here, and my out point is here. So what do we think is going to happen if I set my in point to here? My new in point says it's starting with at this 11:55:02, and it's going for the rest of the clip because I haven't switched my out point. If I switch my out point to here, let's say, look at what happens to the shaded area. It goes away. My out point is at the beginning of this clip, and Premiere is saying that my in point is at the very beginning when I hit record, when I was in the weight room, to where I was here with my out point. So we're just going to find a quick one right quick just to use this. So you guys have the basics of in, out, JKL, and rewind. Just as a quick refresher, J is rewind, K is pause, L is play, I is O, or I is in, O is out, and spacebar plays and pauses. The next tutorial, I'll show you guys how to do a sequence and how to start putting together a voiceover.